What's up everyone, this is Lord Brodyark, finally back with another video after 5 whole weeks. I'll go into why near the end of the video so we can jump right into the topic for today. Patch 7.35 finally dropped last Tuesday and I've gone through the entirety of Pilgrim's Traverse, so it's time to talk about it. My final verdict is, it's pretty alright. Now look, this alone doesn't change my opinions about the rest of the game, but I will give credit where credit is due. Square got me to enjoy a deep dungeon, which is not something I was expecting. In my previous video that I made back in July, I said that I most likely wouldn't be using matched parties. Yeah, so that was a lie. I primarily only did matched parties all the way from floor 1 to floor 100, and while there were a few wipes due to an incompetent teammate, it generally went smoother than expected. And I will admit, I underestimated just how nice it feels to be able to queue in and play without having to spend time sitting in a party finder waiting for a dedicated group. Now, will this be as good an option once the content dies down? Probably not, but it was a good experience nonetheless. Next up we have the checkpoint system. Thank God for the checkpoint system. You do not understand how important this is for making the experience less frustrating. Wiping on floor 80-something and restarting on floor 71 takes so much of the sting out of a wipe, and it's for the better. I'm sorry deep dungeon purists, but having to slog through 70 boring floors because someone made a mistake isn't fun. Now on to the ether pool, my least favorite mechanic. Recently, Square buffed the ether pool rates in Palace of the Dead, and I was hoping those changes would make a return here. Sadly, they did not. However, my grinding experience was a bit better than previous deep dungeons, although maybe that's because of how happy I was with the previous two systems I mentioned. With that said, we can move on. Wait, what's that? No, bring that back. What? Oh god, we have to talk about this. So yeah, there are Aether Pool requirements for each floor set if you use matched parties. While that alone isn't an issue on paper as you want your team to have sufficient Aether Pool, the requirements are a bit steep. 94 for floor 71 and up is kind of insane. What if I want to make one of the new weapons using excess Aether Pool? Each grip costs 10 Aether Pool in each category, meaning if I make even a single grip, I can't go beyond floor 70. Insane. Whatever, Aether Pool is still my least favorite system in deep dungeons. Moving on. How about the boss designs? Well, I'd say they're pretty good gameplay-wise. Nothing outstanding, but nothing terrible either. The 499 boss is a bit more complex than the rest, but not really enough where I'd see the normal mode final verse being necessary for practice unless going in blind. As for the visual design, I did mention last time that I found the Rainbow Bush a bit cringe. I still do, but thankfully he's the floor 10 boss and every visual design afterwards is pretty great. I mean, look at this guy, that's cool. The rewards are about the same as every deep dungeon. You find accursed horde sacks through gameplay and those give random rewards. Nothing to write home about there. However, I do really like the inclusion of weekly rewards through the challenge log. That gives a nice reason to come back every week. Now that everything else is out of the way, we can finally talk about the Quantum fight. Okay, so what are the rewards for this challenging version of the fight? You get the same sacks you get from your weekly challenge log and a few titles. That's it? Really? Wow, I'm so thrilled, guys. Duplicate rewards and a couple of titles. I really don't think this avatar expresses just how utterly whelmed I am right now. Yeah, Quantum's rewards are about as bad as the Criterion dungeons were. It seems I was right to be concerned. You might notice from this picture that I have not completed Quantum, not only not at max offerings, but at all. So I suppose I'll just rip the band-aid off now. I haven't even tried this content. That's why I won't be talking about the fight itself, as I don't have experience with it. However, I can see the rewards for Quantum without having done it, so I am qualified to speak on that aspect. Now, as for why I haven't tried it, look, I'm sorry, but you can't expect me to go out of my way to play this if a title and repeat rewards is all that's on offer for it. While rewards alone don't make a good combat encounter, why would I bother trying a harder version of the fight I already did on floor 99 of the deep dungeon, and for nothing unique that's worth going for? Oh, but you get titles. I don't care. These titles aren't even cool. Maybe, and I mean maybe, I'll try it in the future just to try it for the sake of it, but I feel no reason to go out of my way to do so at this time. With that said, I think I'll end the main part of the video here. Wow guys, can you believe it's been over a month since I made a normal commentary style video like this? Keeping it $1.50 as I always do around here. I haven't really been playing 14 as much since then, so I've been lacking motivation to make any videos on it. We obviously got the new patch on Tuesday, so I did play to do that, but I'm not sure where to go from here. If the low motivation for 14 videos continues, maybe I'll branch out and cover other things. However, I'm still debating whether I'd want to do that on this channel. I do these videos for the fun of them first and foremost, so if I'm resorting to making content simply for the sake of it, I see that as a good sign for me not to. And as glorious as the character Brodyark is, he is ultimately a character from 14, or at least a parody of one, so he seems pretty tied to that brand as it is. Maybe I should expand the Brodyark cinematic universe. That or keep making shitpost songs. Those are pretty fun to make, and both 5 Alts at Freddy's and Let's Go Legos have been stuck in my head since I made them. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments, both about the video and about the future of the channel. This has been Brody Ark. Peace.